So, I've been wanting to touch on this subject about twin flames because it's something that is like so overused and over talked about in the tarot community, and I just wanted to like shed some light on something. I had a dream, and this is just my personal opinion of the situation or understanding of it as source has come to me and spoken to me personally about it. So, this maybe not everybody's going to agree with this, but a twin flame connection is essentially, it's not like this idea that like there are two split half, like your one soul split in half. It's basically first of all, the connection is usually really difficult and uncomfortable and triggers growth and triggers a lot of trauma to surface. And the significance of it is not the destination, but the journey. And my understanding of what I have been shown in dreams is essentially this is part of God's plan to steer a fallen angel, or what we may know in the spiritual realm as a demon, and put them back on the path that God originally set for them before something caused them to fall off. So it's the meeting of two souls, one an angel and one a devil, essentially. Like one an angel and one a demon. And the journey is supposed to create balance between dark and light, and it is supposed to help, level like someone who may be an earth angel or is very loving, very forgiving, very of the light, and probably perceived to be naive. It is supposed to balance them into remembering how to defend themselves and to not be taken advantage of, and how to stand in their own power. How adversely it is supposed to teach the dark side to come up into the light and to reopen their heart space and re-experience all of the gifts that and the blessings that God intended for us all to have here as a birthright that may have been forgotten because of something happening causing them to either blame God or renounce their religion or faith in some way. A lot of twin flame relationships do not end with two people being together. In fact, some of them can end really badly, and sometimes even in death. There's very specific cases where there's just like super toxic energies that don't ever level up or surpass the level that they're supposed to, and then their life goes so far in the wrong direction that it, causes really bad things to happen. But the purpose of this is to carry out God's plan and to also change the world in a greater sense, because it is supposed to teach the world that two opposites can attract and create something brilliant when they come together against adversity. And the only people who can make the choice to start or end these kind of contracts are the people that are involved. And the souls that are involved, it's hard because we have our selves that are here in 3D, and then in 5D there's our spirit, which our spirit or our soul doesn't always want what we want. So even though we have free will, it feels like it's being imposed on us if we know about it. So this is the predicament I've created for myself, because I received this piece of information that probably nobody was supposed to have access to. And it's not my fault, but I did the wrong thing with that information, and it is what it is. But it's a very difficult and painful thing to go through, because growth is really painful. However, if the connections are successful, it's like you can manifest abundance, happiness, like all of your life goals. You can achieve them, and you can choose to move forward in the right direction towards the light, and change the world in big ways. And it's like the other option is to cut ties and decide not to do that, which is fine, but it leaves a sense of loss and longing that I don't know if I could live with, knowing that I didn't try. I'm somebody who likes to set out to try and learn new things and experience new things, and it feels like this is kind of like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And so while it seems like I'm having like this descent into madness, what's really happening is I'm growing at a rapid rate, and I'm honestly grateful for the experience and what it has to teach me. And I stand in full alignment with whatever it is that my purpose is. I'm going to do that. And this is something that is not common at all. It doesn't happen to a lot of people. It's very specific and very rare. And so this is the problem with the stories that people are told in the tarot community about this, because it makes people just like, okay, no, not interested in that. That's bullshit. And it seems like bullshit because people spin it into this fairy. Very few people are chosen for this journey, and that's what makes it so special. And the cool thing about two counterparts that would otherwise never come together coming together is that they create magic when they get together. And this power couple dynamic creates starseed children that are able to change the world. They set out to start on, business ventures together, using each other's creativity to benefit together, and also to like create a healing experience for the entire world, and to show people that, curses can be broken. And it really is like some Beauty and the Beast shit, like for real. But the whole point of me bringing this up is just to say, like, please don't exhaust yourself by going on YouTube and typing in twin flame and like watching videos that feeds into this idea of twin flames or whatever, because it's like, it's an uncommon experience. It's usually extremely discomforting, and if you drive yourself crazy listening to this fantasy that these people have created online to get views and to get people to watch their videos, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. I've seen somebody's like descent into madness thinking they're in a twin flame connection, which, like, sorry, not everybody, but I don't know. It's just like, use your intuition, please. Like, because if I'm being 100% honest, the connection has the ability to heal trauma and help you grow from your trauma and stuff, but it also has the ability to create more trauma and to produce trauma that maybe wasn't there before. So it's like, just be careful with your own heart and the heart of others. If you think that you're in a twin flame connection, reach out to someone that is real, not just a stranger online, and don't go online watching tarot readings that specifically say twin flame on the title, because I'm telling you, that's a marketing scheme. And I realize this, and so I'm going to change the titles of my videos if I have anything that is even remotely misleading like that, because it's just not for everybody. Soul families are real. Soulmates are real. There are people you are supposed to connect with and be with in this life, and twin flame connections are also real. They're just less common, and they are not what people tell you that they are. there's just, I don't even know where this idea came from that is broadcasted online the way that it is, but I have spoken to source about this and tried to pick it apart and understand what it is that's actually happening, and it's just so different from what people are told. Now that I fully understand what it is, I've had to reevaluate how I handle this, because it's not sunshine and rainbows. It's just not. There is imbalance. There is spiritual warfare within your personal self and also within the ether and in the world around you that occurs. A lot of spiritual attack that occurs. A lot of, just completely having to redefine who you are, where you are in life, your path, what you want out of things. And it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress and anxiety if you avoid it. But, communication is not going to be easy in that kind of connection, so whatever. But, it's a lot of work, and the more that you avoid doing the work, the worse it gets. So think twice before you get all excited running around being like, oh, twin flame. Seriously. And don't ever get it twisted that somebody is the other half of you. You have to be whole within yourself to even move forward with that kind of connection. If there is a soul contract, part of that contract is that you will balance yourself fully and heal yourself at least a little bit before deciding to step into the role of what it is that you're supposed to set out to do. And you can heal and grow with this person, but it's like getting your foot in the door even is such a difficult task to come upon that some people probably would be like, this isn't even fucking worth it. I'm not even gonna do it. I am a very special breed of person where I'm like, I don't give a throw anything at me, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. I am. It's just how I am. I don't know. I'm an overachiever. If you love somebody, just love them, because love just is, right? And that's fine. But if you're finding that you're loving somebody and you don't understand why it is that you both love each other, but you guys are doing this running and chasing and weird thing that you don't understand, the reason why there is evidence out there of twin flame connections is to help people get through that, because it is a very difficult experience to understand why somebody might need time, why somebody might need space, why what your intuition and your heart and your head is telling you is not the same as what is being said out loud. Because, like I said, twin flame connections have ended in death before for people, so it's very important that people have hope to carry on. And so, I think that's the only reason why there's a community on. But don't ever put yourself on the back burner for somebody that you're trying to convince yourself is your other half, because you don't need another half. Like, you are whole within yourself. And I just really hope that everybody knows that. Yeah, I just feel like that's a really important message that I wanted to share, because I've seen a lot being shared about twin flame connections on Instagram lately, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just like the pages that I follow, some of the spiritual pages or whatever, but it's giving very misleading information. And don't use Instagram as a source for news or spiritual guidance or anything like that. You know what I mean? There's books. Go to Barnes and Noble, go to the library, study spiritualism, go to a temple, go to literally. And another thing I wanted to say is that this person that is your twin flame is usually representative of your shadow self. Like, whether it's you projecting or reflecting, you're gonna see a lot of your own shadow side come out. And it could come from you or it could come from the other person, but there's going to be a lot of mistakes made along the way, and a lot of miscommunication and a lot of problems, because it's literally facing your shadow. Okay, so anybody who's like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this person and everything is working so beautifully and so great. It's like, okay, great. So you're in love and you can be in love and that's fine. But don't just go throwing around the term twin flame, because that's not what that is. Don't go looking for advice from people who have never been through that sort of thing before, because it just doesn't really make any sense, because they're not going to understand it. Either they're going to think you're crazy or they're going to shut you down because they are jealous or upset that you're having an experience that they could never even fathom or comprehend. And that's just the unfortunate truth, is that twin flame connections are not something that you can talk about with people. People don't want you to have anything that they themselves feel they do not have access to, and their opinion will most likely be biased, especially if they are not in a happy relationship. So just be very mindful of who and what you're talking about. Me personally, I don't have anything to worry about, because I am so solemnly myself, by myself, and on my own, and I always have been, and I've never given or cared what anybody thinks about anything that I'm doing. If I want something, I pursue it. If I'm interested in something, I look into it. If I believe in something, then I have faith and I push forward, and that is just what it is. So, and I'm always going to be like that, and I don't care, because God's chosen me to be one of the strongest people, and so I stand in that power and I do what I want to do, and I have no shame in my game. And I know that there's no gains without pain, right? So I'm not worried about it. But I just wanted to give this advice to some people who may not be where I am. So I hope this helps somebody. I love you guys.